Hey, what's up, guys? I'm 46. So far we've talked about heavy winds, we've talked about putting, chipping, pitch shots, flop shots. I want to talk a little bit about course management. It all starts with hitting the fairway. It's one of the most important things you can do. It's very difficult to score if we're not hitting the fairway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find the fat part of the green. Obviously I'm looking at the wind, and I'm looking at where I should miss. So I'm going to aim at the fat part of the green, and I know if I miss early, it's going to go a little further left because that's the way the wind's going. So I'm actually going to play this to ding a little late, or early, or right on time. So ding or late. I just did not want to be early because it was going to put me in the rough. Alright, so we've hit the fairway. Now we've got to look at the hole. A lot of people just kind of hit and go with it. So it's all about knowing the hole, playing it multiple times, knowing where to be, where not to be. So in this hole, drawing a line past the hole, no good. I don't want to be long. I also don't want to be short and left. It leaves an uphill putt that is good. However, it has a lot of breaks, so it's going to decrease my chance to make. So I'm going to be somewhere in this region, preferably on this line. So anywhere in that area, even if I'm 15 feet short, it's a very makeable putt. You just have to know there's misses and there's acceptable misses, and you got to determine where you want to be. So for this hole, I'm going to try my best to be short. We'll be short, or if I do go long, I want it to be 2 or 3 feet, something where I feel comfortable just ramming it in. So looking at this hole, it's going to play, let's see, it's probably going to play about 82 to 83. So for me, that's a good punch yardage. And again, I've got this played out to 6, but it's not going to move that much. In reality, it's going to be about 5. So I think that's actually probably where I put it. Yep. Okay. And again, so I said it's going to be about 82. I'm going to put a hair backspin on this thing. I know on this hole especially, backspin will be, it comes into play. So if I was to put full backspin, I'd probably be 20 feet. As you can see, just kind of hitting stuff. So that's an acceptable range. We told ourselves if we're going to be long, something where you just felt comfortable ramming it in. And again, I'm only 2.5 feet out. I'm just going to meter slide it a little bit, miss a little late. Easy birdie. Okay, so fun par 3. Normally plays a little longer, but I'm playing F's tournament, and he's got the tee set up a little bit. So looking at this wind, I'm just going to play probably about 203. With this wind, probably 201. Again, click on the view, and I'm just thinking about where don't I want to be first. This is dead, so if I miss late, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make a bogey in all likelihood. If I was to magically miss way short, I can probably get up and down from here. But I have all this room to go. Ideally, I don't want to be back here. Even if I'm right here, it gives me an uphill look at it. I can be aggressive, increasing my chance to make a birdie. So I'm going to tell myself, if you're going to miss, we want to miss to the left. Okay, it's going to play somewhere around 5 or so. I'm going to hit it a little shorter, actually. I'm probably going to hit this 196. Give it a little release, and just more importantly, I really want to make an effort to be short of the hole here. Barely missed it. Should get away with it, though. Okay, so I put myself in a great spot. Should be an easy birdie. Had I played it to the yardage, I would have gone long for sure. So I can look at it, there's a couple different ways. If you watch F Magnets, if you watch Walker Life, they don't like the meter slide. They always move it a little to the left, a little to the right. I think it's all about whatever you're comfortable doing. I've hit these putts enough to where I feel comfortable meter sliding. All right, so we're off to a good start. Now we've got this hole, so it's a little dog leg. Again, I want to hit the fairway. I don't want to get cute and try to use this. I know there's a little ridge over here to actually kick it back, so I'm not going to get too fancy. Just play to the fat part of the green, or fat part of the fairway, and give myself the best opportunity on my approach. Okay. So again, you got to know the hole. Fairly simple hole. There's not a whole lot of danger spots here. Want to stay below the hole, but I'm going to draw a little arrow here. So I don't want to go past on this side. If I go past on this side, it's okay. It's marginal break. But even if I'm down here, it's a fairly straight shot. So I can be fairly aggressive with this is what it's telling me. Okay. And typically on this hole, just how I'm playing it over and over again, because it has a false front, and this is a false front right here, you have to add about 3 yards. That's pretty much on any course, any hole that has a false front, you need to add 3. So uphill 12, it's probably going to head for, it takes me to 152, probably 154. So I'm going to hit this. My full goes about 156, so I'm actually going to play about 157 here. Should be pretty good. So 3 yards short. That's okay. Again, it's in our acceptable range. Short leaves an easy putt, so we want to put ourselves in the best possible spots to make birdie. Maybe not necessarily, try to be aggressive and go after every pin. That's not always the smart play. All right, so again, we're going to look at it from both angles. This view, I can't ascertain enough knowledge, even though it's going to give me the best view. It's too hard to read the line. So again, I'm going to do some dot counting, and I'm thinking in my mind, I know it breaks this way, so I'm already thinking, something like that. So that tells me most of the putt's going to be focused on these grids right here. All right, so this looks like about a 1. This one looks like about a 2. Yeah, so we've got 3. This is a 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, and let's see, that's 8. So we're looking at about 8.5. So I've got 2 options. I can play the full break of it, somewhere around about here, or I can take it in half and I can try to ram it. The further out you go, the scarier that is, and the less reliable it becomes. It's anything 6 feet and under, it's extremely reliable. Anything 6 to 10 feet, 80%. So you run the risk every time you try to do that beyond 6 feet. All right, so on this one, I'm going to add 1, 7, 6. So 27, I'm going to ram it, so I'm probably going to do 30. We said it was 8, so I'm going to line it up right where the pin would be on the edge. So I'm not right there. Then I can get froggy and try to ram it. I don't feel very good about it, to be honest. So I'm going to play the full break. And again, it's just course management. I don't want to run it by. Because the further I go, the more I'm going to run it by. So we're talking 4 or 5 feet past the hole if I do miss. Whereas here, I might miss it, but I'm still going to have an easy par putt. I guarantee my par. I don't lose strokes. Okay, again, I'm just looking at the line, just making sure it feels right. It feels like it's a little much, but again, that's the kind of trust part. Okay. All right, guys, that's it.